Recorded Books presents an unabridged recording of Borderline by Nevada Barr, narrated by Barbara Rosenblatt and directed by Abigail McHugh. This book is copyrighted 2009 by Nevada Barr. This recording is copyrighted 2009 by Recorded Books. The killings on Isle Royal have left Anna Pigeon drained and haunted. The memories of her time with the Wolf Study Group are forever marred by the carnage on the island. Diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, she's on administrative leave, per her superintendent's urging. Anna wonders if the leave might not be permanent, either by her own choice or that of the National Park Service. And now, Borderline.
Prologue. Wailing cut through the perfect darkness. Like a machete, it slashed away the tangle of sleeping dreams holding Gabriella hostage, neither unconscious nor conscious. The baby did that to her. Before the baby, she'd slept deep and warm and silent, curled next to Marcos. But now there was the baby, and Marcos had become a diablo, a devil, a man who didn't burn up in the fires of hell. Thin shrieking cut through the walls of her belly, and the baby woke, kicking, its little heels thumping into the soft flesh beneath her ribcage. "You are a devil like your papa," she murmured, and reached out and turned on the bedside lamp. "Marcos?" Gabriella tugged gently on her husband's earlobe. Asleep, he was beautiful, with his round face and straight black eyebrows, his hair falling long on his shoulders like an Apache's. "Wake up," she said. "It's the sirens." She tugged again, harder this time. Marcos caught her hand without waking and kissed her palm. Then his eyes flew open, wide and scared, and he sat bolt upright. "It's time?" he demanded. "Gabby, Gabriella never found out what he'd do. He was wrapped in the sheet, and when he tried to leap out of bed, he fell to the floor in a muffle of bedding and curses. She started to laugh, but decided against it. The baby liked to sit on her bladder, and she had to pee most of the time. Again the siren sounded. Looking sheepish, Marcos got up from the floor. "Oh," he said, "my ride is here." The sun was going to be up soon, and gray light behind the Chisos Mountains made them black like the cutouts children made from construction paper. The street bisecting the village was scuffling with people and horses and dogs and little kids who didn't want to miss the show. Men rode bareback. They had saddles. Vaqueros took pride in the tooled leather of their tack, but nobody bothered with saddles now. Diablos also prided themselves on being fast. Men pulled their wives up behind them. Some had sons old enough to be useful, and they ran ahead or rode behind. Gabriella was so fat she could no longer sit behind Marcos. "I got to get a horse with a bigger rump," he joked, as he pulled her awkwardly up in front of him. "Why don't you stay in bed and let one of these worthless boys bring Tildy back?" "No, I like to see cowboys turn into devils," Gabriella said. "It's like magic." Marcos wrapped his arms around her and the baby she carried and drummed his heels on Tildy's sides. Before she got so big, they'd raced down to the Rio Bravo del Norte, Gabriella holding him tightly around the waist, him bending over the horse's neck. Today, they'd be one of the last to arrive at the river, and she knew Marcos didn't like that. But he was such a good husband. He never said anything or told her she was too big to come. The Estado de Coahuila in Mexico had let go of their water earlier in the spring. Now, at the bend where the river turned north again, it was shallow enough to walk a horse through without the rider getting his feet wet. Light was leaking around the few clouds on the eastern horizon, and the giant reeds on the banks were turning from black to green. The greedy desert gave up little ground to the intrusion of water-hungry plants. Gray, stony soil, crabbed with the claws of sotol and ocotillo and horse-crippler cactus, pushed nearly to the water's edge. The first of the mounted diablos rode into the water, and a shout went up as the others followed, horses' hooves churning the water, women clutching their men and their skirts to keep them from trailing in the water, children running out to shout across to rangers waiting by a truck with the lights and siren on. Rangers waving and shouting back. On American soil in Big Bend National Park, where the Rio del Norte was called the Rio Grande, the vaqueros slid from their horses and caught yellow shirts and helmets from a ranger tossing them from the rear of a truck.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.